Have you ever found yourself curious about the strange and mysterious wonders that the world still keeps hidden? From ancient temples with stone columns that ring like musical notes, to lost technologies that continue to baffle modern scientists, to the breathtaking blue ice caves of Alaska and the traces of early humans dating back nearly 2 million years, each one stands as proof of human creativity, curiosity, and our limitless capacity for discovery. Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover these extraordinary secrets, where every story is a doorway into a new world filled with wonder and inspiration. So fasten your seatbelt as we dive into today's mystery. But first, you'll have incredible luck if you like, and subscribe before this video ends. Blackbeard's Silver Skull. The story of Blackbeard's Silver Skull is more than just a thrilling legend. It is a mysterious journey that stretches from the 18th century all the way to the present day. After his final sea battle off the coast of Virginia in 1718, the infamous pirate Blackbeard was killed, and his head was severed from his body, mounted on a stake at the river's entrance as a chilling warning to anyone still dreaming of a pirate's life. But the story did not end there. According to popular lore, that very skull, after many years, was transformed into a bizarre drinking cup, its surface covered in gleaming silver, and became a mysterious relic passed down through the hands of countless owners. Some say it once appeared in a rowdy tavern, where every time a toast was raised, you could almost feel the wild echo of the open sea and the shadow of adventures that would never return. Later on, the silver skull was believed to have fallen into the hands of a private collector, then a maritime historian, and ultimately found its way to a museum, where it now stands on display. Many who stand before the silver skull cannot help but shudder, imagining the fierce gaze of Blackbeard himself and the countless legendary tales he left behind. Yet, despite numerous examinations over the years, there has never been any real evidence to prove that this is truly the skull of the legendary Blackbeard. Even modern science has not managed to lift the veil of mystery surrounding this strange artifact. Is it simply the product of imagination and legend, or did it really witness brutal sea battles and wild pirate revelries? The answer still lies somewhere in the mists of history, and the silver skull remains a symbol of a fiery era on the high seas, where the line between reality and myth is forever blurred. The human sacrifice tomb of Panama. In the mysterious land of Panama, archaeologists have uncovered an ancient tomb that has left the world both shocked and deeply intrigued. Beneath the untouched earth of the El Caño Archaeological Park, they discovered a royal burial chamber built thousands of years ago, the final resting place of a powerful king. But what made this discovery so astonishing was not only the dazzling gold treasures or the valuable artifacts, but the presence of more than 30 human skeletons. These remains belong to those who were sacrificed to accompany the king into the afterlife. The scene inside the tomb evokes images of a haunting and enigmatic funeral rite from a long-lost civilization in Panama. The king's body was placed at the very center, surrounded by the sacrificed, crowded together in the same burial pit. They might have been relatives, close attendants, or carefully chosen victims meant to accompany the ruler on his journey to another world. Many of the skeletons show clear traces of elaborate sacrificial rituals, reflecting a profound belief in the immortality of the soul and the enduring power of the royal bloodline. But that is not all. The tomb also holds an immense treasure: bracelets and earrings made from whale teeth, skirts woven from dog teeth, and many other unique ornaments. All of these reveal the prosperity of the Grand Cocle culture, and they hint at a vast network of trade between Central American tribes, since these rare items originated from faraway regions. This discovery has not only helped unlock some of the mysteries surrounding ancient Panama's funeral rites and spiritual beliefs, but it has also opened a new window for scientists to study Panama's connections and exchanges with other ancient civilizations across Central America. Deep underground, where gold gleams alongside ancient bones in the darkness, stories of power, faith, and sacrifice remain alive, urging people today to seek the silent, mysterious origins of the past. The Astronaut of Cadiz. In a quiet, rural region of Spain, archaeologists uncovered a large stone bearing strange carvings that have fascinated countless people for many years. Etched into the surface of the stone is the figure of a character with a highly unusual appearance, a misshapen head, rounded and mysterious shoulders, and features unlike anyone known from ancient history. Because of this, the stone quickly earned the nickname the Astronaut of Cadiz, stirring up images in many minds of beings from worlds beyond our own. From the moment images of this peculiar stone appeared, a flurry of intriguing theories took hold. Some researchers and supernatural mystery enthusiasts believe this could be evidence that ancient people once made contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. They argue that the figure's helmet-like headgear and rounded, spacesuit body are messages left behind by visitors from other worlds. Heated debates over the true origin of the stone have raged on, with no clear answer in sight. Most professional archaeologists, however, take a more cautious and grounded view. According to them, the carving most likely represents an ancient warrior of the Celt or Iberian tribes from the 2nd century BC. Yet what adds to the stone's enigma is a line of Latin characters, written in a language that remains completely undeciphered to this day. This blend of the familiar and the unexplainable only makes the story of the Astronaut of Cadiz more captivating, fueling the determination of researchers to keep searching for answers. The enigmatic, human-shaped carving of Cadiz is more than just an artifact. It has become a symbol of the unanswered questions in human history. It reminds us of the limits of our own understanding, the power of imagination, and the unending passion for discovery. Whether it is the trace of an ancient warrior or a clue to the presence of an extraterrestrial civilization, this mysterious stone continues to inspire those who yearn to unveil the secrets of the past. Offerings to the god Zeus. Deep in the sacred land of Olympia, Greece, once the site of the ancient Olympic Games and the heart of countless myths, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery after a heavy rainfall. They uncovered a tiny bronze bull figurine, just about 2 inches long, hidden beneath layers of earth and stone for over 3,000 years. At first glance, the statue appears simple, but it holds an immeasurable spiritual and cultural value for the ancient Greeks. Through careful study, scientists identified this as one of the countless offerings once dedicated to Zeus at the holy site of Olympia. In the minds of the ancient Greeks, Zeus was not only the ruler of Mount Olympus, but also the giver of justice and strength. Offerings such as this small bronze bull were a way for people to express their reverence, seeking protection, peace, and bountiful harvests. Olympia was therefore more than a place for athletic contests. It was a sacred center where thousands of precious offerings were brought to Zeus over many generations. What makes these offerings truly special is their incredible variety and craftsmanship. From animal figurines to everyday objects, each was crafted with care and imbued with hope and personal stories. The discovery of this 3,000-year-old bull figurine at Olympia opens a window between past and present, allowing future generations to feel the vibrant pulse of a once great civilization. These offerings to Zeus were more than material gifts. They reflected the beliefs, rituals, and spiritual life of ancient Greeks. They stand as evidence of the deep connection between humans and their gods, between the natural and the supernatural in the consciousness of early societies. Even today, archaeological finds like the small bronze bull of Olympia continue to amaze researchers and history lovers alike, inspiring awe at the mystery, artistry, and profound meaning of the gifts once presented to the mighty Zeus. The Anglo-Saxon coin hoard. In the quiet countryside of Essex, England, a chance discovery has brought to light a treasure trove that holds an entire chapter of the nation's history. It all began when 2 metal-detecting enthusiasts, armed with their machines, unearthed hundreds of Anglo-Saxon coins buried deep beneath the earth, all dating back to the year 1066. When these coins were brought to the museum and examined, experts confirmed that they were rare physical witnesses from the era of the infamous Battle of Hastings. This hoard of coins is not only valuable in terms of material worth. At auction in London, it fetched a price that far exceeded all expectations, reaching over $500,000, but its true significance lies in the historical story behind each small coin. In 1066, King Harold of England and his army fought against the invading Norman forces at the Battle of Hastings, a clash that changed the entire course of English history. It marked the beginning of the Norman dynasty and brought an end to the centuries-long Anglo-Saxon era. Archaeologists believe that these coins were hastily buried by a warrior heading off to battle, hoping to return for them one day, a hope that fate would deny, as their owner never came back. Each coin in the hoard is a piece of history, exquisitely engraved with the faces of kings and the symbols of power from that era. The real value of this treasure is not just in the money raised at auction, but in its ability to bring to life a moment of monumental transition, from the fall of one dynasty to the rise of another. It is a vivid reminder that even the smallest artifacts can bear witness to great upheavals in history, and that every hoard uncovered offers more than material gain. It deepens our understanding of the turning points that have shaped the destiny of a nation. The alien rock art of Algeria. Across the vast sands and ancient stone mountains of Tassili Najer in Algeria, archaeologists made a discovery that continues to capture the world's imagination. Scattered across these remote desert cliffs, thousands of rock paintings were created by prehistoric people, recording mysterious scenes and stories from a world long gone. What makes Tassili Najer so remarkable, and the source of so much debate, is the presence of rock art unlike anything found anywhere else. Among the usual images of hunting and daily life, there are strange figures that simply don't match any known animal or human from ancient times. Some of these figures tower over the others, with huge round heads, oversized eyes, and what look uncannily like helmets or even spacesuits. Some even have long, thin arms or bodies that seem to glow, details that have baffled researchers for decades. It's this deep sense of mystery that has inspired so many different theories, both in the scientific community and among fans of the unexplained. Some archaeologists believe these figures represent local gods, spirits, or legendary heroes passed down through generations of desert dwellers. Others, however, see something far more extraordinary. They believe these paintings might be evidence that ancient people actually encountered visitors from beyond our world. A few bold researchers have even given these figures names like the Martian gods, fueling lively debates for years. It's easy to see why. These bizarre, otherworldly shapes appear side by side with images of familiar animals, almost as if two completely different worlds crossed paths here in the distant past. To this day, modern science hasn't settled the question of what the Tassili Najer paintings really mean. But this remote desert remains a powerful reminder of just how much mystery still lies hidden in our human story. A place where the line between legend and reality is as thin and shifting as the desert sands themselves. The living dead of the Himalayas. Amid the snow-covered peaks and relentless winds of the Himalayas, the people of Tibet have long whispered about a centuries-old mystery. It is the tale of the living dead, known locally as rangs, creatures said to have been summoned back from the world of the dead by sorcerers using ancient dark magic. In the minds of the people here, rangs are more than just characters from old stories. They are a silent threat lurking behind the tiny homes nestled in the mountains. To turn a corpse into a rang, legend holds that only a sorcerer with command over the shadows would dare attempt such a ritual. The ceremony, passed down through generations, is described as both mysterious and chilling. The ritual requires the practitioner to remain alone with the body through the night, quietly chanting incantations and putting their own soul at risk in a dangerous pact. If the ritual fails, it's said the sorcerer may lose their own life in the process. This is not something for the faint of heart. When the rangs appear, they look like nothing else on earth. Their bodies are stiff, their joints forever locked, making every step slow and awkward, like a cursed log brought to life. That's why, across the Tibetan plateau, homes are built with doorways that are unusually low and narrow. Residents must stoop or even crawl to enter, but these cramped entrances serve as a kind of shield, because a living dead creature cannot bend down to pass through. Details like these mean that daily life in these high mountains is always lived with a quiet sense of watchfulness toward an unseen world of spirits and demons. Even though the legends of the rangs are steeped in superstition, many still believe they are an essential part of Tibetan spiritual life. In the harsh wilderness of the Himalayas, stories of the living dead are more than just cautionary tales. They are a reminder of the mysterious power of the universe, and a mirror reflecting human faith, fear, and the will to survive in the face of the unknown. The ice caves of Mendenhall. Amid the wild, frigid landscape of Alaska, the Mendenhall Glacier stretches out like an endless, frozen river, carrying the story of thousands of years of Earth's history. But what truly captivates visitors and explorers isn't just the glacier's icy expanse above ground. Hidden deep beneath the brilliant white surface lie the Mendenhall Ice Caves, a breathtaking, sapphire world where light and ice blend together to create scenes that seem to belong only in dreams. Reaching these caves requires a long, winding journey through dense pine forests and over rugged, snow-covered terrain. But once you make your way deep beneath the glacier, a magical realm unfolds before your eyes, as if you've stepped into a fairy tale corridor sculpted by nature itself. The emerald blue ice walls curve gracefully to form natural domes, while sunlight filters through meters of solid ice, shining and reflecting off millions of tiny crystals. Every step through this world becomes a journey through color, light, and emotion. The constant transformation of these ice caves is what makes them so unique and mysterious. Every year, as temperatures and weather shift, the ice melts and refreezes, continuously changing the shape and layout of the caves. New passageways open, while old ones might disappear after just a single winter. Because of this, no one can ever see the same beauty in Mendenhall twice. Every visit is an entirely new adventure. Yet, beneath this dazzling beauty lies a silent warning about the reality facing our planet. The Mendenhall Glacier and its stunning ice caves are shrinking each year as a result of climate change. Scientists have documented the glacier's rapid melt, and many magnificent caves have vanished forever within just a few decades. The image of those glowing blue domes in the heart of Alaska is both a masterpiece of nature and a powerful reminder of our responsibility to protect the environment and preserve irreplaceable wonders for future generations. Anyone who has ever set foot inside the Mendenhall ice caves will never forget the feeling of being lost in a world both fragile and magnificent, where each shimmering ray of light across the ice walls is living proof of the planet's enduring power and its constant change. In this place, nature has written an extraordinary story about beauty, life, and our shared concern for the future of the green planet we all call home. The artifacts of the Chachapoya. Hidden among the mist-shrouded peaks of the northern Andes in Peru, the Chachapoya culture has long fascinated researchers and history enthusiasts around the world. Before the mighty Inca Empire swept across South America, the Chachapoya built massive strongholds atop high mountain ridges, cloaked in dense cloud forests and thick fog. The most prominent of these is the fortress of Cuelap, a formidable structure perched nearly 3,000 meters above sea level, with towering stone walls reaching up to 20 meters high, encircling unique circular stone houses and mysterious tombs scattered along the cliffs. But it was not only their remarkable ability to build in such challenging terrain that set the Chachapoya apart. They also left behind a wealth of unique artifacts, easily distinguished from those of neighboring civilizations like the Inca or Moche. Each piece bears the hallmarks of a distinct artistic style, reflecting the creativity and individuality of a people once known as the Cloud Warriors. What makes the Chachapoya even more intriguing are the strange accounts recorded by later Spanish chroniclers. Many Spanish conquistadors, upon entering Chachapoya territory, were astonished to find locals with light skin, tall stature, and reddish or blonde hair, features quite unlike those of other South American native groups. These descriptions have led some modern scholars to propose bold theories that the Chachapoya may have had European ancestry, perhaps even tracing their origins to Ireland or the Celtic tribes. This idea is fueled by the similarities in physical appearance, as well as unusual artistic motifs and architectural forms found in their artifacts, features rarely seen in traditional South American cultures. Although the theory of a European origin for the Cloud Warriors remains controversial and lacks solid genetic evidence, the enduring mystery of the Chachapoya continues to captivate. Their striking artifacts, massive fortresses among the clouds, and the story of a people who once thrived atop the mountain peaks remain an irresistible puzzle, challenging every effort to unravel the true history and origins of this enigmatic civilization. The Kimbaya artifacts of Colombia. Among the most unique archaeological collections in South America, the Kimbaya artifacts of Colombia have always stood out for their baffling mystery. Discovered in the Kalka Valley in the late 19th century, more than 100 small figurines crafted from pure gold, dating from around 300 to 1000 AD, have become the focus of attention not only for archaeologists, but also for those fascinated by theories of prehistoric technology and ancient aliens. What makes the Kimbaya artifacts so remarkable is their unusual shape. Each figurine measures just 2 to 3 inches long, yet they are exquisitely detailed, and a closer look reveals forms that defy expectations. These tiny objects look nothing like the animals or birds typically seen in traditional native art. Instead, many of the figurines bear a striking resemblance to modern airplanes, with elongated bodies, horizontal wings, upright tails, and even what appear to be flaps and aerodynamic rudders. Some of these shapes evoke images of jet aircraft or gliders, an idea that seems impossible for a civilization that lived thousands of years ago. This difference has fueled an ongoing debate among scholars and mystery enthusiasts alike. Traditional archaeologists argue that these figurines simply stylize native tropical animals, exaggerated and reimagined by artisans for religious or decorative purposes. Yet this explanation has not quelled the suspicions of those who believe the golden models are evidence of an ancient understanding of aerodynamics, or perhaps even the result of contact with visitors from another world. There have even been modern experiments where scaled-up models based on the Kimbaya artifacts were tested in wind tunnels, and the results showed that they could actually fly like real aerodynamic devices. These experiments have only deepened the question: did ancient Colombians witness some form of flying technology? Or are these figurines merely the products of an imagination far ahead of its time? While the answer remains elusive, the golden Kimbaya figurines continue to fascinate the modern world, serving as vivid proof of the boundless creativity of ancient people and as one of South America's enduring unsolved mysteries. North American Vikings. Along the rugged southwestern coast of Newfoundland, the search for Viking traces is opening a dramatic new chapter, thanks to the aid of modern satellite technology. For decades, Lanceau Meadows was considered the only Viking site in North America, a rare testament to the presence of Norse sailors on the new continent. However, the recent discovery of Point Rosé has sparked hopes that a second Viking community may have once existed, and perhaps even thrived, on this land. The story begins when archaeologists, rather than relying solely on traditional methods, turned to infrared images taken from satellites to scan vast and wild areas. These satellite images revealed anomalies in color and geological structure, suggesting the possible existence of ancient constructions hidden deep beneath the layers of peat. The research team identified patches of discolored earth, along with several artificial traces, which very likely relate to Viking metalworking activities and everyday life. Subsequent excavations yielded a number of artifacts, including traces of iron ore and evidence of earth that had been fired, leading many experts to believe this location may once have been an iron workshop or a small Viking settlement. Still, the evidence has yet to be convincing enough to definitively confirm that Point Rosé is indeed the second Norse settlement on American soil. Archaeologists remain cautious, as there have been several instances of false Viking discoveries in the past. Despite ongoing debate, the findings at Point Rosé demonstrate that satellite technology is ushering in a new era for archaeology. If the theory of a second Viking community in North America is confirmed, the history of this continent's exploration will have to be rewritten, and the legend of Norse ocean-crossing adventures will become even more vivid and thrilling than ever before. The flying statue of Heron of Alexandria. When we think of the ancient world, most of us picture mythic tales or simple inventions, but few realize that in the glittering city of Alexandria, Egypt, there once lived a man who turned the impossible into reality. His name was Heron, a Greek inventor and engineer who lived in the 1st century AD. History remembers him as the Leonardo da Vinci of antiquity because of his bold imagination and a genius for creating marvels far ahead of his time. Within Heron's collection of inventions are creations that still leave scientists amazed to this day. He designed the world's very first vending machine, created automatic doors for temples, and even built an early version of a multi-barreled cannon for the Roman army. Yet, the most astonishing mystery surrounding Heron is the legendary flying statue of the sun god Helios, which was said to hover in midair right inside a sacred temple in Alexandria. No one knows exactly how Heron managed to create such a phenomenon. Many believe that he cleverly used magnets and the power of magnetism so that the iron statue of Helios could float freely in space, unsupported by any visible means. The sight of this majestic statue, shining in the center of the temple as if by magic, left witnesses in awe. People at the time truly believed that the spirit of the sun god had entered the statue to bless their city. Heron's inventions weren't just practical, they enriched religious ceremonies, bringing a sense of wonder and reverence to every temple. He even designed automated puppet shows that could last for several minutes in ancient Greek theaters, using steam power and air pressure to make the figures move in a lifelike, rhythmic way. Yet for all their brilliance, most of Heron's inventions were simply too advanced for his era. Many of his ideas would only become widely used thousands of years later. Over time, his masterpieces nearly vanished from memory, surviving only in ancient manuscripts, whispered stories, and mysteries that still have no clear answers. And perhaps that is exactly what makes Heron's name all the more captivating. A symbol of human intellect, creativity, and the belief that nothing is impossible for those willing to dream beyond the limits of their own time. Kavachi volcano. Hidden beneath the jade-colored waters of the South Pacific, the underwater volcano known as Kavachi is not only one of the most intense geological hotspots on Earth, but also the center of a mystery that's challenging everything we thought we knew about the limits of life. Deep inside its constantly erupting crater, where the water is superheated, the acid levels are extreme, and toxic gases fill the currents. Scientists have made a truly astonishing discovery: the unexpected presence of some of the ocean's top predators, sharks. The sight of hammerhead sharks and other large fish calmly swimming right in the heart of this geological chaos seems like something out of a science fiction novel. Underwater cameras have captured these extraordinary moments, showing sharks seemingly unfazed by what should be impossible conditions. Not only do they survive, they thrive, growing strong in an environment where temperatures can spike without warning. Acid levels soar, pressures are immense, and the water is laced with chemicals from lava and volcanic gas. This discovery raises questions marine biology has never faced before. How are sharks able to adapt to what many would call one of the most deadly environments in the ocean? Do they possess unique evolutionary defenses and resistance? Or are there still secrets about their survival that humanity has yet to uncover? The full picture of Kavachi becomes even more awe-inspiring when you look at the latest NASA satellite images. From space, the volcano appears as a massive vent, sending thick, chemical-rich green plumes rising above the surface and spreading out into mysterious streaks across the sea. It's a striking display of nature's raw power, but it's also a glimpse into a living laboratory where ocean creatures confront adversity at the most extreme level imaginable. Kavachi, today, stands as more than just a geological phenomenon. It's a powerful reminder of nature's relentless vitality and the astonishing adaptability of life. The existence of sharks inside an erupting volcano is forcing scientists to reconsider the boundaries of life on Earth, and it's even inspiring new searches for evidence of living creatures in the farthest reaches of space. With so many mysteries still left unsolved, Kavachi continues to challenge our understanding of the natural world, hinting that our planet will always hold extraordinary stories waiting to be discovered. Evidence of ancient astronauts. In the journey to unravel the mysteries of human origins, there is one theory that has long intrigued both the scientific community and those fascinated by legends: the story of the ancient astronauts. Quite a few renowned scholars, including the astronomer Carl Sagan, have raised the question of whether it is possible that extraterrestrial civilizations once visited our blue planet in the distant past. Sagan himself emphasized the importance of examining the evidence objectively, pointing out that in a universe filled with billions of stars, it is entirely plausible that there could exist civilizations far more advanced than our own. One of the strangest stories often cited by supporters of the ancient astronaut theory is the legend of Oannes. According to ancient Sumerian texts, Oannes was described as a half-human, half-fish being who emerged from the depths of the sea to teach people valuable knowledge about writing, mathematics, agriculture, and even social laws. The sudden appearance of this mysterious, teacher with an unusual form has fueled the imagination about a visitor from another world, bringing wisdom to the earliest human civilizations. However, to this day, most modern researchers remain cautious about such stories. They argue that most of the evidence for contact between humans and extraterrestrial beings is actually based on legends, oral traditions, or interpretations of ancient texts that may be stretched too far. The drawings, descriptions, or records of gods, strange beings, or unusual phenomena could very well be products of vivid imagination or simply ancient attempts to explain the natural world from their own perspective. While there is still no truly convincing scientific evidence to prove that ancient astronauts ever appeared on Earth, these very theories help spark curiosity, broaden our thinking, and inspire future generations to continue searching for and uncovering the secrets that still lie hidden in our history and in the vastness of the universe. The mystery of planet Nibiru and Planet 9. In the rich tapestry of ancient Sumerian mythology, the name Nibiru has always conjured up mysteries that continue to intrigue not only scholars but also anyone fascinated by the universe. Nibiru is described as a unique planet hidden somewhere at the distant edge of the solar system, only appearing in Earth's sky once every 3,600 years. According to ancient texts, Nibiru was not just a strange celestial body, but was also the origin of many legends about the Anunnaki gods, beings believed to have come to Earth in the distant past. Over thousands of years, the mystery of Nibiru has not faded. In fact, it has only grown stronger thanks to modern discoveries in astronomy. In 2016, a team of scientists from the California Institute of Technology announced a groundbreaking hypothesis. They introduced the concept of Planet 9, a giant planet that has never been directly observed but may exist on the outermost edge of the solar system. This planet is believed to be about 10 times the mass of Earth, with an unusually long and elliptical orbit, possibly explaining the strange movements of smaller objects on the fringes of the solar system that science has not been able to explain until now. This discovery led many to wonder, could Planet 9, the world that scientists are now searching for, actually be the same as the Nibiru described in ancient legends? The similarities, rare appearances, remote location, and powerful influence over the solar system have fueled the development of bold theories. Some believe that Nibiru is not just a mysterious planet, but the true homeland of the Anunnaki, the ancient gods who left a lasting mark on Sumerian culture, and might even be the origin of human civilization itself. Although science has yet to confirm the existence of Planet 9 or fully unravel the mystery of Nibiru, these theories continue to fuel curiosity and expand the boundaries of our imagination about the universe. Perhaps, somewhere out there, among billions of stars and planets, these ancient mysteries are still waiting for a convincing answer, one that will bring us closer to the great questions of our own origins and destiny. The Sundagger Solar Observatory in the United States. Hidden away on the rugged cliffs of Chaco Canyon, New Mexico, the Sundagger Solar Observatory stands as a testament to the remarkable intelligence of the ancient people who once lived on this land. This is not just an ordinary stone structure. It is a carefully carved spiral etched into the rock, sheltered behind 3 large stone slabs. On the days of the summer and winter solstice, when the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in the sky, rays of light shine through the gaps between the stones, hitting the center of the spiral like a shaft of light marking the passage of time. On the equinoxes, sunlight falls on the center of a smaller spiral, signaling the transition between seasons. Sundagger is not merely a tool for measuring time, it is also a place where humans and the universe are connected, reflecting a deep harmony between daily life and the eternal laws of nature. No matter who built this observatory, its precision and craftsmanship continue to amaze modern archaeologists. It is believed to be the work of ancient native inhabitants, possibly the ancestors of the Anasazi, who survived in the harsh desert but possessed a keen understanding of the skies, allowing them to create structures that defy time. However, tragedy struck in the late 20th century as the number of visitors to Chaco Canyon grew. Many people climbed onto the rocks to witness the phenomenon firsthand, unintentionally disturbing the sediment and altering the position of crucial stone slabs. Just a small shift was enough to completely disrupt the accuracy so carefully achieved by the ancient builders. After thousands of years of enduring, the Sundagger Observatory finally lost its ability to mark the sun's passage, turning one of the world's oldest astronomical heritages into a silent remnant of the past. Today, the Sundagger no longer works as it once did, but its story still inspires countless mystery seekers and those who cherish the wisdom handed down by ancestors on the arid land of the American West. The legend of the World Tree. In the remote countryside of Sweden, all that remains is an old moss-covered well and a solitary bush standing in the middle of a quiet field. Few would suspect that this seemingly ordinary place is closely tied to the legend of Yggdrasil, the world tree in Norse mythology. According to ancient belief, beneath the roots of this tree, the universe itself was connected as a single vast whole, a place where gods and humans coexisted in sacred harmony. The story of the world tree does not end in the Nordic lands. All around the world, the image of the Tree of Life appears in many different forms. In the Hebrew Bible, the Tree of Life is the very source of eternity. For Christians, it stands as a symbol of hope and salvation. In India, the sacred tree in the Garden of Amaravati is said to grant wishes to those who are sincere at heart. Chinese tradition tells of a tree that bears the fruit of immortality. Even Native Americans revere their sacred trees, believing that the tops of these trees are the origin of the sky and earth. Through the ages, although the legends differ from place to place, the meaning of the world tree has never faded. It is not only a symbol of endurance, but also an image of connection between worlds, linking humans to nature and the divine. The world tree is like an invisible bridge tying the past to the present, planting in the human heart a belief in life and in values that never truly disappear. Out there on the wild plain, even if the sacred tree exists only in memory, the legend continues to be told, like a quiet echo of our yearning for miracles and the immortal strength of humankind. Chavin de Huantar Temple, Peru. Hidden among the majestic mountains of the Andes, the Temple of Chavin de Huantar is one of the most mysterious and ancient structures in South America, predating even the height of the Inca Empire. Archaeologists have determined that the first stones of this temple were laid as early as 900 BCE. Over the centuries, Chavin grew into a vast complex, with a network of underground tunnels, winding passageways, and ceremonial spaces buried deep beneath the earth. What makes Chavin de Huantar truly remarkable is its strange and sophisticated design. Far more than a place of worship, the entire structure was built as a giant acoustic amplifier. Scientists have discovered that when you stand in the center of the temple, even the faintest voice can echo through the tunnels, producing powerful sounds that seem to be the voices of gods coming from another world. This unique acoustic effect helped transform Chavin into a sacred space, where mysterious rituals were performed to connect people with the supernatural. But sound is only part of the experience here. Other elements, such as shafts of light piercing the darkness, distant echoes, and the effects of hallucinogenic substances extracted from cactus plants, created an environment that was both real and surreal. Participants in these ceremonies could enter altered states of consciousness, experiencing the world around them as vivid, sacred, and beyond ordinary explanation. Large conch shells were blown in the dark corridors, their deep, resonant calls conjuring images of sacred animals or ancient spirits returning from the past. While modern scientists have begun to unravel some of the secrets of how the temple functioned, the true purpose behind its mysterious architecture and rituals remains an open question. Perhaps the ancients sought to reach another world, or maybe they simply wanted to create experiences that transcended the boundaries of human perception. To this day, Chavin de Huantar stands as a symbol of the intersection between science, belief, and the limitless imagination of Peru's ancient civilization. The ancient Stargate in Sri Lanka. Hidden within the ancient land of Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka, a place that once served as the spiritual and political center of old kingdoms, lies a mystery that continues to puzzle modern researchers. It is the Sakala Chakraya stone carving, a unique geometric masterpiece etched directly onto the rock face of the vast historic park known as Ranmasu Uyana. Seen from a distance, the design of Sakala Chakraya resembles a cosmic wheel, with concentric circles divided by straight lines and adorned with strange symbols. Some believe it is a symbol of the cycle of time, or a diagram that summarizes the laws of the universe. But what makes this site truly intriguing are the rumors that Sakala Chakraya might be an ancient stargate, a place where humans could connect or travel between distant worlds, crossing the boundaries of space and time. For centuries, legends about a mysterious gateway capable of opening paths to other planets or dimensions have spread throughout this region. Countless explorers, alien enthusiasts, and even religious pilgrims have journeyed to Ranmasu Uyana, drawn by the hope of glimpsing the stone carving for themselves and perhaps uncovering secrets never revealed about the origin of humanity and our link to the universe. Many believe that Sakala Chakraya is a map or coded message that once guided gods or extraterrestrial beings to visit the human world. The patterns and symbols carved into the stone are thought by some to be instructions for a kind of ancient technology or ritual that surpasses the understanding of modern science. However, when examined through the lens of academic research, most experts take a more cautious and practical approach. Many historians and archaeologists believe that Sakala Chakraya is a cosmic diagram inspired by Buddhist philosophy, representing the endless cycle of life and existence in the universe. The circles, lines, and symbols are said to symbolize the laws of time and space, reflecting the profound cosmic worldview of ancient Sri Lankans. For centuries, Anuradhapura has been a major Buddhist center, where many grand structures were built for meditation, contemplation of the cosmos, and the search for enlightenment. It is likely that this spiritual environment gave birth to mysterious carvings like Sakala Chakraya. What is truly strange, however, is that despite its intricate design and prominent location, Sakala Chakraya does not appear in any ancient historical records from the kingdom of Anuradhapura. This lack of documentation only adds to the mystery surrounding its origin and purpose. Is it merely a symbol of the cosmos, or did it once serve as a genuine stargate connecting humans to other worlds? While no definitive answers have been found, Sakala Chakraya still stands as a silent witness to the passage of time, bridging the gap between legends of science fiction, spiritual tradition, and humanity's age-old desire to explore the universe. The unsolved case of Shanidar Cave. Deep within the rugged limestone mountains of Iraq, Shanidar Cave shocked the world when its ancient earth and rock layers were excavated, revealing traces of an era so distant that few could have imagined what lay beneath. For nearly a century, this place has silently guarded the secrets of the first people who lived and died in the endless darkness, where only the faintest light managed to touch the cold, rocky hollows. In the 1950s, archaeologists began exploring the cave and discovered the remains of several Neanderthals, including one individual whose story has become one of the most haunting mysteries in human history. The skeleton of this Neanderthal man remained remarkably well preserved after tens of thousands of years, but across his chest was a deep puncture. A wound made by something sharp that pierced his body, collapsed his lungs, and almost certainly caused his death. There is little doubt that he was the victim of brutal violence, possibly the oldest murder ever recorded by humankind. The greatest question still remains unanswered. Who committed the act, and what could have driven someone to such extremes in a time when survival itself was a daily struggle? In the darkness of Shanidar Cave, the Neanderthals were far more than just survivors of the wild. They knew how to use fire for warmth, fashioned stone tools for hunting, and even formed communities, caring for one another through sickness and old age. This is why the discovery of an ancient murder only deepens our insight into their emotional lives, their social bonds, and their instincts for survival. Was there, beneath the stone ceiling of Shanidar, a struggle for leadership, an irreconcilable misunderstanding, or a silent family tragedy that ended in heartbreak? Researchers continue their painstaking search for clues, analyzing every scratch on the bones and every trace left on the cave floor, hoping to reconstruct that fateful moment. Yet after tens of thousands of years, the truth still lies hidden in the rock, leaving only a silent skeleton as witness to one of the world's oldest murders, a stark reminder of the darker side of humanity's evolutionary history. Shanidar Cave, therefore, is not only a vault of the past, but a symbol of mysteries that may never be fully explained, captivating generations of scientists, explorers, and all those drawn to the deepest shadows of the human story. Treasure and mystery in Timbuktu. Timbuktu was once the jewel of the Mali Desert, a city whose very name evokes images of treasure, troves of knowledge, and journeys that transcend time. For centuries, it was a destination for countless scholars, traders, and seekers of wisdom. The dusty red roads leading to the city carried not only precious goods, but also an endless flow of ideas, theories, and inventions that brought glory to an entire civilization. Hidden deep within the city's ancient libraries are tens of thousands of handwritten manuscripts, regarded as one of humanity's greatest treasures. These faded pages record not only religious thought, but also reflect remarkable progress in science, medicine, astronomy, and philosophical reflections on life itself. The value of these manuscripts stands alongside the world's greatest cultural heritages, cementing Timbuktu's eternal reputation as a beacon of learning in the heart of the desert. Yet, this treasure grows ever more fragile. Violence, conflict, and extremism have repeatedly threatened to erase the achievements of generations. The accumulated wisdom of hundreds of years could vanish in a single moment. The race between time and the will to preserve has become a never-ending challenge for all who seek to safeguard humanity's knowledge. The story of Timbuktu reminds us that knowledge must always be protected and cherished. Though these manuscripts were written long ago, the value they carry can still illuminate the path for generations today and tomorrow. Timbuktu, with all that remains hidden beneath the golden sands, stands as a testament to the enduring human desire for knowledge and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of history's greatest challenges. The ancient gold ring of Denmark. Amid the lush green fields of southern Denmark, a surprising discovery has stirred excitement among archaeologists and European history enthusiasts alike. A finely crafted gold ring, believed to be 1,500 years old, was found beneath layers of sediment by an amateur explorer with a metal detector. At first glance, the ring looks like a dazzling piece of jewelry meant for the nobility, but its true value goes far beyond its sparkling appearance. The ring is exquisitely made, featuring twisted patterns and raised dots characteristic of ancient Frankish goldwork. At its center sits a brilliant red gemstone, a symbol of power and prosperity. Experts believe that this ring was not simply a personal ornament, but quite possibly an exchange gift in alliance marriages between Denmark's royal families and the Frankish kingdom. In ancient European society, royal alliance marriages were not only personal milestones, they were major political events, crucial for strengthening diplomatic ties, expanding influence, and establishing wide-reaching trade networks. An ornate gold ring like this is a testament to the importance of these bonds. When a Danish princess married a Frankish prince, a gift such as this ring represented not only affection but also a lasting commitment between two royal houses. Although no record survives of the ring's original owner or the specific alliance it once represented, this remarkable find is still a key link that helps us better understand the networks of trade and strategies of power building among Northern Europe's royal families in the post-Roman era. The last king of Babylon. In the barren deserts of northern Saudi Arabia, among the ruins of ancient fortresses and weathered cliffs etched with the marks of time, archaeologists have uncovered a massive stone slab bearing the carved portrait of a king alongside mysterious mythological symbols. This is the image of King Nabonidus, the last ruler of the legendary Babylonian Empire, the man who witnessed the end of one of humanity's greatest civilizations. The relief is carefully carved into the stone, depicting the regal figure of the king standing amid four ancient symbols: the moon, the sun, a serpent, and a strange flower. The people of old believed each symbol held a sacred meaning, representing powerful gods once worshipped throughout Babylon. The moon stands for the goddess Sin, while the sun is linked to the god Shamash. The true meanings behind the serpent and the flower remain a mystery, their secrets still hidden after thousands of years. It is here, when the evening sun strikes the relief, that the shadow of Nabonidus seems to bring to life the final days of Babylon's glory. Nabonidus reigned from 556 to 539 BC, and he alone witnessed the fall of his mighty empire under the advancing armies of Cyrus of Persia. The last years of his life are shrouded in legend. Some say he was captured by the Persians and exiled forever. his ultimate fate as obscure as the meanings carved into the ancient stone. The stone portrait of Nabonidus is more than just a relic marking the power and tragedy of a lost dynasty. It is a riddle, challenging future generations to unlock the deeper meanings of mythological symbols passed down over millennia. Behind the fall of Babylon lies a treasure trove of history, spiritual values, and enduring mysteries that, to this day, have yet to be fully unraveled. The giant staircase at Oka, set amidst the sacred valleys of Peru, the ruins of Oka rise as one of humanity's great mysteries. Carved into the steep mountainside, massive stone steps wind their way toward the sky. Standing before this ancient structure, it's impossible not to feel overwhelmed, as if you've stumbled into the legendary world of giants. The steps are so enormous that no ordinary person could walk up them in a normal fashion. It's the kind of place that makes you believe both nature and humankind joined forces to create a wonder beyond imagination. Long ago, when the Spanish first set foot in this land, they were astonished by the building techniques of the Inca. The stones were cut and shaped with remarkable precision. Using only primitive tools, the Inca managed to fit massive blocks so perfectly that not a drop of mortar was needed. Each stone locks tightly into place, forming a staircase that has withstood the test of centuries, defying both time and the laws of nature. But the longer you look, the more questions you begin to ask. Were these giant steps meant for people, or perhaps for some legendary race of giants? Or could they simply be massive agricultural terraces, built to help the Inca protect and cultivate their precious food supplies? Thanks to their height and inaccessibility, these stairs provided not only a stronghold for their crops, but also a safe haven high in the mountains. When you step back and take in the view, the staircase at Oka isn't just proof of ancient craftsmanship, it's an open invitation to the mysteries that remain unsolved. This monument reminds us of a civilization that once flourished and left an indelible mark on human history. Each time someone stands before these giant stone steps, they can't help but feel a sense of wonder, driven by the urge to uncover the secrets still hidden within those ancient grey stones. The bull-headed pouring vessel. In the tranquil countryside of Wales, a treasure hunter made a surprising discovery, a unique artifact with an unforgettable design. A pouring vessel featuring a handle shaped like a bull's head, as if it had stepped straight out of a real-life fairy tale. Despite being crafted thousands of years ago, the bull's head carries a charmingly modern look, almost reminiscent of a cartoon character you might expect to find at a banquet during Roman times or the Iron Age. What makes this vessel truly special is that it's not just an ordinary household item. It stands as living proof of the region's turbulent history. Archaeologists believe it may have belonged to a trove that was hastily buried long ago, as people tried to hide their treasures from advancing Roman armies. Alongside the vessel, other precious items were found. Roman coins and Iron Age ceramics, all lying quietly beneath the earth for centuries, waiting to be rediscovered. The bull-headed pouring vessel is a testament not only to the skill of ancient craftsmen, but also to the story of rituals and daily life among the local people before they were swept up in the tides of history. Perhaps it was used during solemn ceremonies to pour wine as offerings to the gods or ancestors. Or maybe it was simply a decorative object, symbolizing abundance, strength, and good fortune for the family who owned it. Looking into the vessel's wide, round eyes, it's hard not to appreciate its timeless artistic value. Beneath layers of earth and the haze of history, the bull-headed pouring vessel stands as proof of an age when art, faith, and the traces of war still echo vividly through every surviving artifact, awakening curiosity and respect among those of us who seek to understand Wales's rich and ancient past. The lost manuscripts of Dunhuang. On the edge of the vast Gobi Desert, near the ancient town of Dunhuang, a stunning discovery forever changed our understanding of the Silk Road and the civilizations that once met along its routes. In a humble cave set into a cliffside, Buddhist monks long ago sealed off a massive library, safeguarding tens of thousands of priceless manuscripts. For centuries, these secrets lay quietly beneath the dust of time, until a temple caretaker accidentally broke through a clay wall and uncovered one of the greatest treasures of human knowledge ever found. These ancient manuscripts do more than record Buddhist beliefs and daily life. They open a window onto a world of vibrant cultural exchange. In the cave's quiet darkness, the scrolls tell of remarkable encounters between people from many different civilizations. Faded pages describe philosophical debates, the journeys of those who braved the desert to carry knowledge and hope to distant lands, and the lively flow of ideas across continents. Yet, the fate of this hidden library has been troubled and mysterious. When the cache was discovered in the early 20th century, thousands of rare manuscripts were quickly sold off to collectors around the world. Scattered among museums, libraries, and private collections, the story of Dunhuang was left fractured into countless pieces. Even today, scholars and historians are working tirelessly to recover these lost pages, decipher ancient scripts, and piece together the full story of what was once the greatest cultural crossroads of the East. The story of Dunhuang's lost manuscripts is more than a treasure hunt for lost knowledge. It is proof of the enduring power of human culture. From the darkness of a small cave at the edge of the desert, great ideas have crossed every border, survived the ages, and continue to inspire faith in the power of exchange and the timeless journey of human wisdom. The rise of the god Marduk. The story of the rise of Marduk is not just a grand myth, it's a reflection of the ancient Babylonians' longing for power, order, and wisdom. Marduk was not born among the highest ranks of the gods. He was simply the son of Ea, the god of wisdom and fresh water. Compared to the great gods, his origins were humble, but it was through his intelligence and courage that Marduk gradually carved out his place among the legends of Mesopotamia. Marduk's destiny changed forever when darkness and chaos swept over the world. Under the fierce rule of Tiamat, the goddess of the salt sea and the embodiment of untamed power. While other gods hesitated, it was Marduk who stepped forward to take on the responsibility of facing Tiamat. With keen intellect and extraordinary strength, he led an uneven battle that pushed every power to its limit. When Marduk triumphed over Tiamat, not only did he win glory for himself, he gave birth to a new world. That victory raised Marduk to the highest ranks, celebrated as the most powerful of all Babylonian gods. After the great battle, Marduk did more than bring peace. He became the creator of a new cosmic order. Most famously, he used the blood of Kingu, the rebel who had led Tiamat's army, to shape humankind. This act wasn't just a creation story, it expressed a profound philosophy, that humans are born with both the qualities of the gods and the wild, rebellious spirit of Kingu. In this new world, humans became independent beings, taking on the heavy burdens of the universe so that the gods themselves would no longer have to labor. From that time on, Marduk became the center of faith across Mesopotamia. His influence was felt not just in Babylon, but throughout the region, transcending cultural and religious boundaries. Generation after generation, people built grand temples and held elaborate festivals to honor the god who brought light, order, and civilization to humanity. The rise of Marduk stands as a powerful testament to intelligence, bravery, and the belief in our ability to change the world, a timeless message that still resonates today. The beheaded noble's remains in Paris. In the heart of historic Paris, inside a chapel that seems as peaceful as any other centuries-old monument, archaeologists uncovered a chilling secret tied to one of the darkest chapters in French history. Hidden within the thick walls of the Chapelle Expiatoire, a memorial built to honor the victims of the Reign of Terror, were large wooden boxes packed with the bones of hundreds of nobles, all executed by guillotine during the French Revolution. Unlike typical burials deep in the ground, these boxes had been carefully concealed inside the chapel's very walls. The story began when a chapel caretaker noticed something odd about the pillars in the crypt. Gaps between the stone blocks stirred curiosity and suspicion, prompting archaeologists to use cameras to look inside. What they found sent chills down everyone's spine. 4 enormous wooden chests filled with skulls, jawbones, arm and leg bones, most believed to be the remains of aristocrats who paid with their lives during the violent upheaval of the Revolution. Among them, there could even be famous figures like King Louis XVI, Queen Marie Antoinette, and other members of France's once powerful nobility. This discovery not only revealed a somber new page in French history, but also raised countless questions about secret burial practices following such social turmoil. Why were the bones of so many kept hidden within the chapel walls, instead of being moved to Paris's famous cemeteries or catacombs? Was it an attempt by later generations to protect the victims' remains from public scorn and desecration, or simply a desperate solution during a time of chaos when no one dared to hold a public funeral? The Dighton Rock. Along the banks of the Taunton River in Massachusetts, a massive 40-ton boulder has rested for centuries, its surface covered in mysterious carvings and symbols that remain unexplained to this day. Known as the Dighton Rock, or Dayan Rock, this ancient stone was first documented by Europeans before 1680, and it quickly became a source of fascination and debate among scholars and the American public for hundreds of years. What sets the Dighton Rock apart is its strange system of carvings. Symbols, patterns, human and animal figures, all scattered across its face in no order or recognizable language known to modern people. Each mark seems to carry a message from the distant past, but their true meaning is still lost in the mists of history. It's this very mystery that has given rise to countless theories about the origins of the Dighton Rock's petroglyphs. Some researchers argue that it was the work of Native Americans, reflecting the beliefs or important events of their communities. Yet the carvings don't quite match the style of ancient New England tribal art, leaving this theory up for debate. Other scholars believe these symbols were left by explorers from far-off lands. Some have even suggested the Phoenicians, claiming they might have reached the Americas thousands of years before Columbus. In the early 1800s, a few Danish researchers boldly proposed that the Dighton Rock was proof the Vikings arrived in the New World long before Columbus and other Europeans. There are even those who suggest that the Portuguese may have been the true authors of these ancient carvings. Despite all the speculation, the secret of Dighton Rock remains unsolved. The boulder still stands by the riverbank, a silent symbol of America's unknown history, and a lasting invitation for archaeologists and history lovers to keep searching for answers hidden in the ancient marks left on this land. If you found these mysterious stories fascinating and they've sparked your curiosity to explore more of the world out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video as we continue to uncover the unsolved mysteries of history, science, and the natural world together. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. We'll see you in the next video, where even more wonders and strange discoveries are waiting just ahead.